10 animals that sleep a lot. The average human being needs 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night to function properly, but that's not the case for all of our brethren out in the wild. Sleep offers a way to recuperate from the day and rebuild the energy that creatures spend their waking days exhausting, but it also offers a way to conserve energy. In extreme cases, hibernation allows animals to store up food and conserve it for months at a time. These lazy animals might make you feel better about yourself and remind you that it's okay to get a full night's sleep.
Are you ready? Please subscribe our channel. Here we go!
10. Koala, 18 to 22 hours of sleep a day. Koalas are mostly nocturnal, sleeping long hours to give their bodies the time and energy to digest food. Australia's adorable tree-climbing marsupials can blame a poor diet for their chronic case of sleepiness. The high branches of trees offer koalas protection from predators and a practically endless supply of eucalyptus leaves, but part of the reason there's so little competition is that these leaves contain almost no nutritional value. But during the 4 to 5 hours that koala bears are awake, they're absolutely voracious. Not only are they capable of eating an entire kilogram of eucalyptus leaves in a day, but they also store leaves inside their cheeks so they can snack mid-nap. 9. Sloth, 10 to 20 hours of sleep a day. Sloths are creatures synonymous with laziness in the popular imagination, and there's a lot of truth to the claim. But while sloths in captivity have been witnessed sleeping up to 20 hours a day, research shows sloths in the wild sleeping for 10 hours a night or less. Their unique bodies allow them to dangle from tree branches, and they end up doing most of their activities while hanging. That includes giving birth and even mating in addition to sleeping and eating. With food readily available and predators largely absent, sloths rarely even have a reason to leave their canopies. 8. Little brown bat, up to 20 hours of sleep a day. Little brown bats sleep for an average of 20 hours per day to conserve energy. Bats are nocturnal, so it's unlikely that you'll see them awake during the day. But the fact of the matter is that they aren't that much more alert after night falls. The little brown bat actively hunts for a few hours after dusk, but then it typically retreats back to its roost to return to its slumber. The typical little brown bat needs to eat half their body weight each night to stay properly nourished, and mothers can end up eating more than their entire body weight during the period of a single night's hunt. As a result, these bats don't just sleep for most of the day. They also hibernate through the length of the winter. 7. Giant armadillo, 16 to 18 hours of sleep a day. During the mornings and evenings, giant armadillos forage for food, then sleep the rest of the day away. The carapace that giant armadillos come rolled up in can protect them from a lot of natural threats, but they still prefer to spend most of their time in hiding despite that extra layer of armor. Instead, these solitary creatures will create burrows where they'll hide for 16 to 18 hours at a time. The close proximity of insects and larvae means it's often easy for a giant armadillo to get breakfast in bed. 6. North American opossum, 18 hours. Opossums often sleep during the day in an abandoned burrow or hollow tree. Opossum's unusual defense mechanism has made the phrase, playing possum, synonymous with pretending to be dead, but there's a good chance that the prone opossum you see in your neighborhood is really fast asleep. But one myth that needs to be debunked is the notion that opossums sleep while hanging from their tails. Instead, opossums are nocturnal creatures that retreat to hollowed trunks or abandoned rodent nests when they're done hunting. 5. Python, 18 hours. The fact that they don't close their eyes to go to sleep makes it difficult to study their behavior, and snakes also employ another method of resting called brumation that's similar to the hibernation cycle of some mammals. Among the laziest of snakes is the python, which is believed to sleep for up to 18 hours at a time. As nocturnal creatures, they do their hunting at night and then retreat to somewhere safe to rest without being threatened by predators. 4. Night monkey, 17 hours. The fact that night monkeys only come out under the cover of darkness and spend most of their time in the dense tropical rainforests of Central America means that experts didn't notice their population decline as quickly as they might otherwise. Their exceptional night vision lets them excel at hunting and survival in the dark, but it proves a liability in the daylight. Even without daytime illumination, these primates are known for their agility. After resting up all day, night monkeys are able to navigate the rainforest high and low with great speed, despite the darkness. 3. Tiger, 16 hours. After a tiger eats all of its prey, it goes to sleep. Once it awakens again, it begins searching for more food. In general, cats tend to be frequent sleepers, but tigers are the king of felines in terms of sleeping. Tigers are incredibly ferocious predators, but their muscular bodies need to produce a lot of energy. Combine this with the fact that they're solitary predators, and a single failed night of hunting can lead to a vicious cycle of hunger and failure. Tigers do most of their hunting at night, and while they spend a good 16 hours a day sleeping, they can spend up to 20 just lounging around. For the tiger, it's all about being as efficient as possible with their limited energy. 2. Tree shrew, 16 hours. Tree shrews never seem to leave their nests at night, in part because the very structure of their eyes doesn't accommodate visibility during the day. In the wild, tree shrews eat insects, mainly beetles and fruit. At most zoos, northern tree shrews are fed chopped up greens, grapes, oranges, apples, root vegetables, mealworms, and crickets. In fact, the most fascinating find when studying these creatures slumbering is that the rhythms of their sleep cycles more closely resemble humans than they do other rodents. It also seems to suggest that these longer sleep cycles allow for more meticulous memory formation. 1. Squirrel, 15 hours. Squirrels spend up to 60% of their day asleep. It's commonly known that squirrels gather up supplies so that they can hunker down and hibernate through the winter, but they still sleep a whole lot even when they aren't in their hibernation cycle. Squirrels are active during the day and hunker down during the evening, but they also tend to sleep up to 15 hours a day during their active seasons. They're even known to decorate their nests for their hibernation period, a period during which the squirrel is only awake 12 to 20 hours in an entire week.